Dun, 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 dun.
What is up, Lions Nation? I am the Soulman, and that over there is.
The Statman.
And we are ready, Statman, because it is once again Victory Monday for the Lions. Went into Cincinnati and got it done. Bengals were able to score 21 on us in the fourth, but the Lions got it done anyway. And we're going to talk about it. We got your player of the game tonight, so looking forward to that. And we're going to go over the stats and just talk about the game. I'm excited. Are you excited? How are you been?
I'm super excited. Victory Monday, 4 in a row. I'm happy.
Yeah, but according to YouTube, us Lions fans, we don't know anything and blah, blah. We're getting a lot of attention from people over there on YouTube and TikTok. There's still those guys out there.
I know they're just a little sour because their team probably isn't as good as ours, but it's all right, guys. Don't worry. Your team might turn around.
Yeah, we're talking about the Lions because we can. We're 5-1 right now.
4-1.
4-1, and we're doing great. So I'm excited. Perry P Dubs in the house says, "What's up? What's up, Perry?"
What the?
Those of you that don't know, Perry is part of this show, and he is with us every Wednesday for our Pick'em show. So looking forward to that. After tonight, we'll be able to see where our records are. At least I will, anyway. Boom, boom, shika-ding.
I can tell you this: I didn't do very good on the Pick'em show this week. That's 2 weeks in a row. It's been rough.
I haven't looked up real hard to see, but I might be right there with you, buddy. I know that my fantasy team lost by a few points in a comeback, so that was fun. Bummer. I don't know. Did you win? Did you win or lose? Are you still going?
I'm about to lose. I played all my guys, and Perry still has 2 guys left, and he's only down 6 points.
Oof. Yeah.
So I've lost. Well, I'll just say I've lost.
Perry,
throwing in the towel. Throwing it in.
As the hierarchy on the show, I am going to vote you to sit the guy that you still have left to play for Statman to give him a little mercy win here. Come on.
Oh, Perry's right there with me in record, so I wouldn't ask him to do that.
Dar says, "Keep on losing, losers." Wow.
That's what I got for you, buddy.
Wow, Dar.
I expected better of you. I'm very disappointed in you, Dar. Very disappointed.
There's still a lot of time left. That's all I can say. Lots to go.
Well, I remember a certain team last year starting out 7-0 and then missing playoffs.
Perry says, I got to get 2 in a row. And then he said, Darlene better calm down.
And then my brother Dane was on a roll for the first 2 games, and now he's lost 3 in a row now. Crazy how that works.
It's all fun, man. And it was a nail biter for me, I'll tell you what. But
I've got 1 win. I'm about to have 4 losses, so I'm complete opposite of the Lions right now. But I'm okay because the Lions are still winning. I'm going to be bottom of the league after this week, but it's okay. I'm not freaking out. I'm going to stay in there strong. I might get a couple in a row. Who knows?
That's right. You got to be positive. Dar says, I handed him his 3rd L in a row.
He started out 2-0. Now he's 2-3.
Statman, subscribers, buddy. On that march to 500, we are at 285. So got a few more in the last couple days. So that is awesome. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We appreciate you guys so much. It means a lot. We just got to get you subscribers in here while we're doing the show. Come on in, hang out.
I mean, we're on every night, every scheduled night that we got. We're on the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy to remember the schedule. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The day before the game, the day after the game, and then every Wednesday night, 7 p.m.
Boom.
Boom. Mic drop.
Bam. Can't drop my mic because it's in my phone, and my phone, if I drop it, it would be bad. So I'm not doing it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Not doing it.
The invisible mic is a lot better.
Statman. Yeah, listen, if we get to 500 subscribers, then we can start having unique things happen for our members. If you become a member of the page, we got things planned, but we got to get to that 500 mark first. And we are getting there a little bit. Every day we get a little bit, and that's awesome. So
just a little bit of tidbit information. How I said about giving away something at 350 subscribers. I'm going to be going to a signing for Amik Robertson and Kirby Joseph. So, just like a little tidbit information.
Dar just made a good point. He said, what if it's a Thursday night game? Are you going to combine pregame and postgame?
No, we'll be combining the pick'em and the pregame.
Pick'em. I mean, that's what I meant. I just read it wrong. Yeah, Dar, that's exactly what we do. God. Dar is the one person that needs to come on this show that's never come on this show.
I know. It's kind of crazy. Long-time subscriber from day one and never came on the show. Disappointed. Very disappointed.
So, Statman, I think it looked good. The Lions looked good. Got kind of a little towards the end of the game there. But we did have some injuries, and I don't know about you, but I think we should kind of talk about that first. Obviously, the big one. Well, the first one I want to mention was Khalif Raymond. From the reports that I saw from Dan Campbell, that he's okay. Nothing serious. There was even mention that he could be back as soon as next week. So that's awesome news for him because that hit did not look great. It's never great when you take a head-on hit. But the big one, Statman, is Terrion Arnold. And I've seen a lot of people talking about Terrion Arnold out there. And I know you're going to mention this later, but it goes to saying that.
Well, just let the cat out of the bag right now. Let's talk about it.
We're not going to reveal Statman's player of the game yet, but Statman did want to have an honorable mention today for player of the game, and that was Terrion Arnold. So, Statman, what did you see from him?
Terrion Arnold, when he is matched up against Jamar Chase, arguably the best receiver in the league. Jamar Chase had 3 targets, 1 catch, only for 3 yards. I mean, after that, that's when Jamar Chase, after he got hurt, that's when Jamar Chase started going off and getting all of his yards. And he plays physical. He gets a lot of penalties because he plays physical. But we need that because the way that Calvin Shepard blitzes, we need him to be able to play man-man with the receivers, be able to come up and press him and play physical. So, he gets a lot of penalties sometimes in the worst situations, but he's a great corner and he's still young. This is only his second year in the league. So,
yeah, and I think myself included in this has to understand that too, that It's only his second year. He's gotten way better since the first year. He still sometimes makes a costly penalty because of that aggressive play, but sometimes it works out because it ends up stopping a touchdown in only being a field goal instead. So yeah, I don't like it. Sometimes it bites the Lions in the ass when they get that penalty, but in the end, I think this is a huge hit for the Lions because who do we got back there, Statman?
For what?
For corner, we have Reed. Reed's out.
Reed's out. Terry and Arnold's out. Those are our two starters. We got Amik Robertson. We got Rock Ya-Sin. And then we got Avonte Maddox. And
Robertson played well last night, too.
And we just signed Trey Flowers to the practice squad last week that could be elevated to the main roster now with the I guess
he
unexpected.
actually played. Yeah, he was in last night in yesterday's game. Trey Flowers was. Catch up here. Perry says, Dar, come on the Pick'em show. Would be fun. The four of us. And then Candace is in the house, and she said, yes, Dar does.
See? Your wife is even saying so.
Dar says, I'll come on if I ever get that jersey that got lost in shipping. He's never going to let that go. Sad man.
Jersey that got lost in shipping.
Doesn't scare you for playoff ball. I flag or one flag can turn the game completely is what Perry said. Sorry, it took me a second to read that out.
I agree.
Dar says before Arnold went down, Chase has one catch for 3 yards on 3 targets.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. We said in the pregame show that Terry Arnold was probably going to be on Jamar Chase, and he was going to have to play a really good ball, and he did.
And 0 penalties. 0.
What's crazy to me is you could see him in the game. He had the tape on the shoulder. You could see it. But they didn't really, from what I've seen, they haven't given a time frame on him yet or really what the shoulder injury is. Now, if somebody else has seen that, fill me in because I have not got to see it yet. BD Buster is in the house. Says, just got in. Did you guys talk about the running back duel? Tiny NFL record? We did not get there yet, BD. We did not. Which is huge, stat man. They did. That was an NFL record last night. Was it 14 now? For Monty and Gibbs. Dar says Browning looking like Manning when Arnold went down.
Yeah, and it helps. And it helps almost on every play. Almost on every play, Aiden Hutchinson was getting held one way or another. And they weren't calling a flag every time. It's just because Aiden's so good, they just kind of let the tackles do whatever to him, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've seen Aiden put his hands up, like after he threw the ball, like, come on, like, and you could see him getting grabbed. I don't know. It was pretty ridiculous. What did you think about the game overall, Statman? I mean, Lions came out strong, and I think what happened in the fourth quarter in your eyes that allowed the Bengals to get 21 points on us? Was it the Lions just kind of letting the gas pedal off a little bit? That's what people are saying. Is that what your thoughts are?
Well, they played more soft zone. And then obviously with the injury to Terry and Arnold, you can't really do the man-to-man coverage. You don't have your man guy that can do it like he can. So I think that had a lot to do with it. I'm not saying it had everything to do with it, but it had a lot to do with it.
I'm trying really hard tonight to keep up with the comments. So
Just remember, if you need something to drink, grab yourself a nice cold cherry Pepsi. Very refreshing.
Wow, we do. They are not sponsoring us, Stan, man. Thank you. Good job on the plug for no reason. Perry says, "Hell yeah, they let off the gas. Lions had full control the entire game." Yeah, it did seem like what the heck, but yeah, I get that. We still score, or did we? I don't know. I don't know if we did. Yeah, we scored 9 points in the fourth, so it's not like we just didn't do anything. But
One of them was a touchdown to Isaac Tesla.
yeah, and it was two-handed.
Yeah, it wasn't a one-handed catch.
He actually used both hands this time. And how about Sam Laporta?
He went off. He had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
What was it 5 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown?
Well, why don't we just
If I
talk
remember
about
correctly.
that right now, Statman? Let's bring up the player stats for the game. We had Jared Goff, 19 for 23, 258 yards, and 3 touchdowns, 0 INTs. David Montgomery, 1 pass for 3 yards and a touchdown. Gotta mention that one. Good job, Monty. Rushing, David Montgomery led the way with 18 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown, averaged 3.6 yards per carry. Jahmyr Gibbs had 12 carries, 54 yards, averaging 4.5 yards a carry. No touchdowns for Gibbs running the ball. Jameson Williams had 1 carry for a yard. And Jared Goff tried but got -2 yards rushing. Receiving, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 receptions, 100 yards. Sam Laporta, 5 for 92 with a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs had 2 receptions, 33 yards, and a touchdown. And Isaac Tesla, 1 reception, 12 yards, 1 touchdown. And then Brock Wright also had a touchdown as well. So, Statman, the offense, looking at the stats, you had mentioned this before the show came on. It's kind of seemed like, I don't know if it was because of where they were playing, but it seemed like Gibbs kind of got put on the back burner a little earlier than you thought, eh?
Yeah, I think it might have to do with David Montgomery being back in his hometown, playing in front of his sister. I think that had a lot to do with it. But I like that it's pretty close in carries. I mean, they had 30 carries overall, 18 for Monty and 12 for Gibbs. So it's not too far off, 6 less carries. And bottom line is they won the game.
Yeah.
And that's what they always say. They don't really care who gets the touches as long as they win.
Yeah, and I want to talk about this real quick. Perry says that JMO has been a waste of money. Now, I saw a video just a little while ago. It was a clear picture of why JMO is important. JMO was taken off on probably a go route, and he had 2 defenders on him trying to keep up with him. And Amon-Ra St. Brown just was able to go right in the middle of the field wide open. That's what JMO does. Because he's so fast, you almost have to have double coverage on him. And even in that time, a lot of times you can't keep up with him. But Statman, what are your thoughts on Jameson Williams so far this year? He's only had 1 game where he's really broke out for anything. How do they start utilizing him more?
Well, the thing is, it's a team game, and JMO's already said he doesn't care about getting the ball. And that's what the kind of guys that Dan Campbell brings in, guys that aren't ball hogs, guys that don't cry about having the ball thrown to them. They just want to win. They all have that winning mentality. JMO does a lot other than just receiving. He blocks. He takes defenders off the other receivers. Like you were saying, he goes on those go routes and takes double coverage because he's so fast. And it really opens up a lot for us. When you have receivers that will go down field and block for you in the run game, block for you after another receiver catches the ball, that's big. He's a team player, and that's what I love about him the most. So I'm not worried about him.
He is down there on a lot of those blocks. If you look, he's right there a lot. So I hope that he does start getting a little more ball, but he had that one game where Goff targeted him a bunch and he dropped him. So
Yeah. He's got to clean that up. You can't have drop passes.
Dar says Decker being out was rough on the run game.
It absolutely was. Manu scares the hell out of me at left tackle. I hope that we don't miss Decker for any more games because it could be rough on us. Decker's a huge part.
That's the problem too, Statman, is you mentioned it before we came on the air. Like, if he gets hurt long term, what happens then? They got to get that fixed there because we can't have games like that. We can't have that constantly every week.
I'm telling you what, in the draft, I see him going after a left tackle. That's all I can say because eventually Taylor Decker is not going to be able to do it anymore. You got to find a replacement.
I agree. I agree with that. Get him early and get him working. Perry says Laporta, Monty, or Gibbs, Tesla, any of those guys can do that too. JMO isn't taking team money. He's being paid pretty hefty, in my opinion.
Tesla's not quite there yet. He's still learning the playbook. He hasn't gotten the playbook down completely yet. And he's still young. It's his first year. So to say that he would take double coverage like JMO, he just hasn't shown himself to be that big of a threat yet. He's gotten the most, 2 targets in a game so far. So he hasn't been utilized as well as I thought they might try to utilize Tesla. So right now, JMO's that guy.
Yeah, and I see a big future for Tesla. I tell you that right now. Like, I haven't seen him drop much, that's for sure. Dar says hopefully Skipper comes back.
Now, isn't he on the practice squad, Dan Skipper?
I believe he is, from what last I heard.
Yeah, it is weird for JMO to not be involved at all. But that all comes down to the coaching, play calling. Probably had a lot to do with Jared Goff being rushed as much as he was by Trey Hendrickson. It's hard for him to find the deep ball to JMO when that's happening. That's why he had to throw the short intermediate routes a lot.
I was trying to see about Dan Skipper, but for the defense, Robertson had 6 tackles, one interception. Barnes had 5 tackles and a sack. Kirby Joseph, 3 tackles, 1 interception. And Hutchinson, 2 tackles, 1 sack. Anzalone, 2 tackles, 1 interception. With the defense, I usually just highlight some of the key upper stat players. And
then Jack Campbell had 11 tackles in that game, which is huge. Guy's a freaking monster. I'm so glad we drafted him.
Campbell had 3 tackles and 8 assists.
That's not the stats that I seen.
Full tackles. Well, it's 8. That would be 8. That would be 11 total.
Yeah, he had 11 total tackles. That just means he's around the ball a lot. Anzalone actually got the game ball from Dan Campbell.
He's a beast. Campbell's a beast in that linebacker spot.
We got a hell of a set of linebackers. I'm telling you what, very underrated. Derek Barnes, Anzalone, and Jack Campbell. Those 3 guys are nasty.
Yeah, how about Derek Barnes getting that safety? That was nice. And one thing too, Statman, we'll wait on that because, but we had, I'm just going to do it right now so I can say what I want to say. Statman's player of the game for this game is Aiden Hutchinson. Is Statman's player of the game for this week. Statman, I love this pick because you know what? Hutchinson's stat line isn't showing everything that he's doing. That's the key that you have to think about there.
He
Every
had
single
so
play.
many quarterback hurries in that game, quarterback pressures, hits on the quarterback. That affects a quarterback's play. Even just getting in this phase and going, bah, like making a fucking noise, he knows you're there. He's going to be terrified on the next play. So Aiden Hutchinson, 2 sacks. He should have had 4 if 2 wouldn't have gotten called back for penalties.
Dar just said that exact same thing after this comment. He said, Star said Skipper has a low ankle sprain from a Hall of Fame game, but is signed to the practice squad. So maybe Skipper can come up. Then he mentioned what you just mentioned, Statman. Hutchinson had the 2 sacks called back. Yeah, so he would have had a 4-sack game, but Hutchinson is in there almost every play. He's in there. Almost. He's doing his job, disrupting the play.
I just think that allowed for those interceptions that we got.
Yeah.
Because the quarterback Browning was getting rushed, getting pressured when he threw those picks. And it was always Hutch right on his tail.
Yeah, I love your player of the game this week. I think it fits perfectly. And like I said, sometimes I hate the stat lines because you just don't get to see the true numbers or the true impact a player had just based off the numbers. But when you actually watch the game, you can see it.
When you watch the game and you watch the film in that game, every play Hutchinson was in there. He was doing something to disrupt the play, something to get into the quarterback's face, to make him think a little bit quicker on his throws. You notice what was happening with Jamar Chase. A lot of the times they were trying to open him up on those short intermediate slant routes like we were talking about in the pregame.
Yeah.
He didn't get a deep ball until after Terry and Arnold went out.
Dar said Anzalone had a hell of a game also. Yes.
Anzalone's a ball hawk, man. That guy is around the ball no matter what. And I also want to give a notable mention, Kirby Joseph.
I was just going to do that, damn it. Yes.
Through the first 4 years of his career, he's got 20 interceptions, which is right there with Ed Reed. Ed Reed is a hell of a player, and I'm not saying that he's an Ed Reed because Ed Reed lays the hammer down on people, or used to when he played. Kirby Joseph has that ability to, but he doesn't risk his body like that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. He's up there with some pretty good defensive backs throughout history.
You know, and I think I saw this too. Another mention for Terry and Arnold. This might have been a little bit ago, but I swore I seen something about how many times he makes tackles. Like, he might make some mistakes, but I swear that guy he's there a lot when it comes to tackling too. I feel like
we've talked about it in the shows. Terry and Arnold can tackle. He can wrap people up. He does it over and over again. He allowed that 3-yard pass to Jamar Chase, and he tackled him up right away.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know why. Just talking about what we're talking about on the defense. I think our defense is right now is really good, except for the cornerback spot right now. Having our 2 top guys out, that sucks. But what's the mentality in Detroit? Next man up.
Next man up.
So those guys just got to step up and do their jobs.
Absolutely.
I don't think it's panic time for the Lions to go try to find somebody.
Last year we went 15-2 with a banged up secondary, with a bunch of next man up guys.
Everybody talks crap. Oh, yep, you Lions fans, blah blah. You know what? We're winning. We're winning. The Lions are winning games. They come out every week, and they are an elite team. Did we lose week 1? Yes, we did. Since week 1, we have just dominated in points. I think our record is tied now with the Eagles, and as far as the NFC goes. So,
and we've scored over 32 points in 4 straight games.
Yeah, I mean the Lions have a hell of a team. So when we're out here talking about how good they are, it's because they are that good.
And I'm gonna say this, and I don't know how people are gonna take it, but what we did to Baltimore, Baltimore got stomped by the Texans.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to think that just the Baltimore Ravens just aren't there anymore, man. Like, I just don't think they're that team. I mean, I know Lamar Jackson was out, but still, insane.
Rock Yossin gonna take that starting spot. Watch. He's really good. Yeah, he was in. He was in yesterday. I think he came off the field, but he was in yesterday's game. I seen that. I don't know if I said his name right. Yasin, I think. But I didn't even know Trey Flowers was there until he showed up on the field.
And Amik Robertson, man, that guy, he's a nasty man-to-man corner. I tell you what, Amik
Yeah,
Robertson is very underrated. And you got
yep.
Trey Flowers, you got Rocky Sin, and then you got Avonte Maddox. So we got a nice set of 4 defensive backs there. Just hopefully we don't sustain any more injuries.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen what happened with our defense banged up. Right now, we have our defense is pretty much healthy for the most part. So, and
And
it's good to finally have the defense and the offense all running. It brings me to a good point. What happens if Jared Goff goes down?
you might as well wrap up the season. I mean, Goff is one of the elite quarterbacks in the league, and I don't care what anybody says. That guy can thread the needle if he has to. And I mean, there's a lot of guys with better arm talent. I would say Stafford has more talent because there's not many people that can do what Stafford does. But Jared Goff, as far as a pocket passing quarterback, they can stand in the pocket, take a hit, drill it downfield, right in the spot where it needs to be, is Jared Goff. And who do you got backing him up? Yeah.
The only reason I brought that point up is because you just mentioned Baltimore with Lamar Jackson out. It's like a whole different team. I think it would be the same situation for a lot of NFL teams out there. Their number one goes down. They're a different football team, and I honestly think that goes for a lot of football teams. I don't think there's a lot of them out there that have a second stringer that can just come in and dominate. Look at the Bengals with Joe Burrow out. I mean, quarterback's an important position, but I think Baltimore has a lot more going on than just Lamar Jackson being out.
Well, you got Derrick Henry, the diva.
Who still hasn't showed up to confront you yet, Statman.
Oh, still waiting on that, man. Where you at, Derrick?
I think
I'll
he's
take you down. Huh?
He might be scared. He might be scared.
You scared?
Game stats. We'll get to these real quick. Total yards line had 365. The Bengals 322. Passing yards 247 for the Lions. 237 for the Bengals. Rushing yards 118 to 85. Yards per play, the Lions had 6.0 yards per play, and the Bengals were at 5.6. Lions had 23 first downs. Third downs, 2 for 8 for the Lions and 4 for 11 for the Bengals. Fourth downs, neither team went for it on fourth down, which is kind of surprising that we just didn't go for it for fun because that's usually what we do. Total plays, the Lions had 61 plays to the Bengals 58. The Lions allowed 4 sacks in that game, so that's where Taylor Decker comes into play. And then the Bengals allowed 2 sacks. Penalties, 8 for 56 yards for the Lions, 6 for 30 yards for the Bengals. Fumbles lost, the Lions had 1 fumble lost. And interceptions, the Bengals had 3 interceptions. Time of possession, 34-21 for the Lions and 25-39 for the Bengals. So, I mean, pretty much everything the Lions move the scale in their favor pretty much every way.
And I want to say this is the first game this year that the Lions haven't attempted a fourth down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's weird.
Kind of crazy. I guess you don't have to when you're up the whole game.
No, but it's still surprising. They didn't do at least one. So it's like a thing now for the Lions. They didn't do it. It's like, what?
I wanted them to score another touchdown at the end when they got it on the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, run it in.
One more run. They could have ran it one more time with Monty. Come on. Come on.
Or threw a pass to Gibbs. I mean, I could have used it on fantasy.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm 1-4 now because jackass. Come on. Give Gibbs the ball so I can win some fantasy games. Shit. Stupid ass fucking John Morton. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, John.
We're just
I
kidding,
love
John.
you.
We love you. We love you,
We
John.
love you.
We love you so much.
Love you.
Hearts. I feel like before we get off here, I feel like we briefed over it, but how big is it, that record that Jahmyr Gibbs and Monty got? Really, how big is that streak, Statman, to you?
It's huge. It just shows you how good of a running back duo, the tandem in the backfield, Sonic and Knuckles, how good they really are.
Yeah,
Nobody's ever done what they've done in history.
No, they haven't, and that's what's great about the Lions backfield. Either one of those guys is capable of making big things happen at any time. So you put either one of them in, and it's good.
I think the last good running back duo that we had, I want to say, was Joik Bell and Reggie Bush. Those two worked pretty well together.
Yeah. Other than that, it's usually just been a one-back show. But now it's like there's two different players, but they're the same. Like they're equal. They do.
Yeah.
One might have more of a game than the other one day, but I love that we can just put either one of them in and still be able to run.
And they support each other. When one's on the sideline, the other one's cheering them on. You know what I mean?
Well, Statman, I just wanted to hit that one more time because we didn't really say a whole lot that I wanted to get. I wanted to just get your thoughts on it. But we are at that time where it is time to get out of here. But hey, we will be back on Wednesday for our Pick'em show, which we will have the results from this week's games, and we'll make our picks for next week's games as well.
It's always a tough time. It's always sad when we got to end the show.
It is.
I'm looking forward to Wednesday.
Me too.
Everybody better join in there with us. Tell us who you pick. And come on, give us some support on TikTok. Share that out for us.
Exactly. Hey, thank you all for being in here tonight. We appreciate all the comments, the interaction. Thank you for the new subscribers. On behalf of the Statman and myself, the Soul Man, this has been We Are Lions Nation Podcast, and we